Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? In this verse, we are introduced to the serpent, a cunning and deceitful creature. The serpent engages in a subtle conversation with the woman, challenging the commandment God had given to not eat from every tree in the garden. The serpent's question is the first step in leading the woman into temptation and sin. Genesis 3:2. And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden. The woman responds to the serpent's question, acknowledging that they are permitted to eat the fruit from the trees in the garden, but her response sets the stage for the serpent to twist God's command. Genesis 3:3, But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. The woman clarifies God's command, emphasizing the prohibition against eating from the tree in the midst of the garden, and adding that they should not even touch it. This verse highlights her awareness of the divine prohibition. Genesis 3:4. Then the serpent said to the woman, You will not surely die. Here, the serpent directly contradicts God's warning and deceives the woman by denying the consequences of disobedience. This is a pivotal moment in the narrative, as the serpent begins to lead the woman astray. Genesis 3:5. For God knows that in the day you eat of it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. The serpent continues its deceptive discourse by suggesting that eating the forbidden fruit will result in enlightenment, making the woman like God and giving her knowledge of good and evil. This appeal to curiosity and desire for wisdom plays a significant role in the woman's eventual decision. Genesis 3:6. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. In this verse, we witness the woman's ultimate choice to eat the forbidden fruit, influenced by her perception that it was desirable for sustenance, pleasing to the eyes, and would bring wisdom. Her decision to share the fruit with her husband marks the beginning of their disobedience and the fall of humanity into sin. Genesis 3:7. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. As a consequence of their disobedience, Adam and Eve's eyes were opened, but not in the way they expected. They suddenly realized their nakedness, leading to a sense of shame and guilt. In response, they attempted to cover themselves with fig leaves, symbolizing their newfound awareness of their sin and vulnerability.